Hola, buenos dias. It's day 9 and we are setting off walking to, I don't actually know where we're walking to. Where are we walking to, Daddy? Puente la Reina. Past one of the most famous landmarks on the Camino, which is a kind of sculpture on the top, Alto de Pedron apparently, on the top of a massive hill. So yeah, off we go up the hill. About 15k I reckon it is up the hill. So 3-part runs uphill. And we've got Christopher with us for the first time. Dad, hi. So, buenos dias. So we'll see you later. Have a great day. Here we are, arriving at the top of today's hill, where there is a really famous sculpture of Caminos, pilgrim rather. And that should be most of the climbing done today. Good evening, everybody. Buenas noches. We are at the end of day 9, I think. God, that went quick, didn't it? We're here for 52 days, so we're only kind of on the first stretch. We are in a place called Puente del Reina, I think, somewhere. Anyway, the next main place after Pamplona. We had a 14.8 kilometre walk. Had far too much wine. Kilometre walk to do. I was delighted to discover that the book was actually right today, and that was in fact how far we walked to get here. And we're staying in a hotel called Hotel Jacu. It's also got an albergue here. So basically the difference between a hotel and an albergue is a hotel's got hotel rooms like this. There's my hotel room here. Or it's got bunk beds in a dormitory, and that's the albergue bit of it. It's one of the nicer ones. It was really nice, common areas, outside bars. We sat out in the late afternoon sun, had a glass of wine, or 2 or maybe 3, and a drink before dinner, and then we went in for the pilgrim's menu. Right, so pilgrim's menu, let me tell you about this. So in most places you stay, if they serve dinner, or most of the villages where there's bars that serve dinner have something called a pilgrim menu. So it's a fixed price menu. It's usually a couple of choices per course. And so we got that. It was the only thing on offer. There was no a la carte or something. I think a few days ago when I was in Roncesvalles, I might have said to you that we went to the bar instead of had the pilgrim's menu, for which I was very grateful, because the pilgrim's menu just smelled like old boots. And I'm very sorry to say that the pilgrim's menu here also tasted like old boots. I mean, here's the thing. You've got a load of pilgrims coming in. I'm not wanting to pay a huge amount. A lot of people are backpacking and things like that. I think the dinner tonight was €17, which included 3 courses and red wine. And you know, they brought more jugs of red wine, probably had 3 glasses or something like that, small glasses of red wine. It's not the best food, if I'm honest. Many of you may know that I was vegetarian for a really long time. I was vegetarian since I was 12 till I was in my mid-30s, till I had Charlie basically. And then my vegetarianism slipped a little bit. I'm not a massive fan of meat. It's just not my palate. I don't like it. I tend to pick a vegetarian option if there is one. So tonight's menu was a choice of mixed salad, soup or paella for starter. So I picked the soup, vegetable soup. Then the main was fish or chicken. There's no actual vegetarian option, so I went with the chicken. But they'd run out of chicken, so we got some sort of meat that they said was pork, but it was too dark for pork, I think. Anyway, God knows what it was. I didn't eat it really. I had a couple of mouthfuls of it and just thought, no, it's just not worth the calories. And then some chips. And then pudding was either creme caramel or rice pudding with cinnamon. So I went for the creme caramel, which was advertised as flan. So I thought there might be some pastry, might be some fruit. No, just egg-based. Tasted like scrambled eggs, not the nicest. So luckily we went to the bar afterwards and they had a kind of freezer. I got a Milka cornetto, which made up for the very bad flan. Anyway, the moral of the story is the pilgrim menu. When you have walked, like we did today, 15 miles, and you are nicely tired and you've relaxed and chilled out a bit, you just eat anything, if I'm honest. Beggars and choosers, things like that. But if you're expecting a kind of gastronomic treat coming on the Camino, probably not, pals. Probably not. You just gotta, fuel. I mean, that's the main thing, that you've got some fuel for the next day. In fairness, I will say that if we walked into town, there might have been other places to eat. We're just on the outskirts of the town. And also, the bar itself had bocadillo, so, ham and cheese sandwiches, bacon sandwiches, Napolitanas, which are basically pan au chocolats. So there was other stuff to eat if you wanted it. You didn't have to have the pilgrim's menu. One highlight of having a pilgrim's menu is that sometimes you're sat on a table with lots of other people. And so tonight we met some lovely French ladies. Oh my God, they were so nice. And my brother, Chris, is super good at languages. He worked several seasons abroad in Spain and France, so he's got quite good language skills. And so we had a proper kind of bonding with these French ladies over how awful the food was. And really that's one of the kind of joys of the Camino, is meeting other people that are going through the same journey you're going through, having the same experiences you are, and just meeting and having fun. So what a great night with the French ladies. Tomorrow we have a walk to the next main stage, which is a place called Estella, if you want to be Spanish about it. We've got an apartment there, which means we'll be going out for dinner. Hopefully we'll find somewhere that has better food than a pilgrim's menu, but who knows. We're setting off at 7 again, because we found that setting off that super early time just really works for us. We're not waiting around for breakfast. We're not sluggish after breakfast when we start walking. Tomorrow looks to be an easy day, but I'm not counting my chickens until I've done it. But I'm hoping that it's about 13 miles. Could be 15 miles, who knows, with the inaccuracies of the guide. And it's kind of undulating. So I think we climb up out of this village and then back down and up and down and up and down across several villages. So I'm super excited about it. It's not huge, big treks of high up hills and steep descents. And there's some life along the way, you know, the odd shop where you can, you know, fill up a Mars bars or whatever you need. So yeah, that's tomorrow. I'll speak to you then. Buenas noches. Buen camino.